first graders, soon to be second graders. We are going to be working on putting shapes together this week, which is kind of fun. So you can start doing this around your house. If you see shapes, you can start putting them together, see what other shapes you can make. This is one of my more favorite activities. So we're just going to do a quick warm up, name each shape. So I can see that this top shape has, oopsie, I did it like I always do, silly missy step. Okay, let me grip my pen. This shape I can see has 4 corners, and they're square corners. They look like, if I were to put, they look like they could be perfect little squares. And there's 4 sides. And I know that squares and rectangles have 4 sides and 4 corners, but all of the sides look really equal. They all look like they're the same length. So this is going to be a square. I want you to see if you can name it before I do. This shape has 3 corners and 3 sides. So this one is a triangle. Notice triangle is made up of tri, which means 3, like a tricycle has 3 wheels. So tri means 3, and then angle, these corners inside of them is considered an angle. So interesting little note on the words. And then this next one, we have 4 corners and 4 sides. Now here's what's different. If you look at the corners, are they square corners? Can you build a square here? That's not a square. But the sides do look like they are the same length. So this is a rhombus. And then this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corners. So this is a hexagon. Did you get that? All right, looking at this one. Well, this one's interesting because it actually shows us an example of what we're going to be doing today. It's made up of 2 triangles, but which one of these shapes does it look like when you put those 2 triangles together? The rhombus. It's 2 triangles that make a rhombus. All right, we will be on page 798 today. So if you aren't there yet, please turn to that page. We're jumping right to the model it. So let's take a look at the model it. You can make the same shape in different ways. So if we look at the outside of these shapes, I see 1 side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a hexagon. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same thing here. They just are made up of different shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are all hexagons, but they're made in different ways. So count how many triangles it takes to make a hexagon. Go ahead and do that now. I counted 6. It takes 6 triangles to make a hexagon, but if you stick them all in, have their tips go to the middle, it makes a hexagon. Let's take a look at this second hexagon. It says you can make a hexagon with blank trapezoids. Oh, sorry, with how many trapezoids, how many rhombuses, and how many triangles. So in this one, a trapezoid is this bottom pink piece. That's a trapezoid. Kind of looks like an upside down lampshade. Like, help, I'm in a lamp. It's trapped, trapezoid, trapped in a lamp. There's one trapezoid. I see one rhombus right here. And then I see one triangle right here. Let's look at the last way that we could make there's more ways than this, but let's look at the last way they're showing us that we could make a hexagon. So they made this one out of all rhombuses. Do you see this rhombus here? See that rhombus? So there's one rhombus, 2, 3. So 3 rhombuses can also make a hexagon. So we're going to go through our apply it problems and talk about how we could make this. And there's lots of ways, which is really fun. Draw lines and color to show how to make this trapezoid using 3, and I'm going to say shapes, using 3 shapes. What shapes did you use? So draw lines. I'm going to show you one example, and then I want you to try one on your own. So you might want to make this trapezoid out of triangles. How could you use only triangles to make this trapezoid? Oh, there's actually a couple different ways to use only triangles. So one way I was thinking was drawing a line. Ooh, it's slippery on my screen. There we go. So if you look, do you see my 3 triangles? The lines that I drew, how it makes 3 different triangles? See if you can find another way. And it doesn't have to be just triangles. I know there's a way that you could use a square and triangles. Go ahead and press pause now while you try that, and then come back for some other ideas. So another way is you could make kind of like a square or a rectangle. This one looks more like a rectangle. You can see a triangle here, and then a square or rectangle in the middle. That's 3 different shapes, or 3 shapes that I used. Maybe you thought of, we did use, another way for triangles is you could just draw a line all the way across the middle, and that would make 2 triangles. So go ahead and write down which shapes you used to make your trapezoid. Here is problem number 4. It says draw lines and color to show 2 ways to make this shape using pattern blocks. So how could you make this same shape with different pattern blocks? Go ahead and try that. See if you can fill in a line and then color the shapes to see if you can come up with at least one way. So one of the ways that I saw right away was using rhombuses. So this could be a rhombus, and I could stick another rhombus with it, and that would make that shape. Or, oh, I could leave it at that. I was going to do something else, but a triangle and a trapezoid? I bet you might have thought of a different way. You could have also split this into more triangles. Lots of different ways. This is why I love this one. Number 5, color to show how to make this hexagon. On this one, you may only use 3 shapes. On this one, you may only use 4, or you may use 4. So you're going to have to think about that. And I know the model, it had some examples. So think about how did the model it. I'm going to find the middle. Okay. And I only want to use 3 shapes. And I remember in the model it, I could use 3 rhombuses. There's 3 shapes, but you might think of a different way. So and then on this one, I'm going to let you do that one on your own. Find a way that you could use 4 shapes to make this hexagon. Only 4. And that, my friends, is your last problem for today. So make sure any problem you didn't finish it, and then come back tomorrow to learn more about putting shapes together.